Hey guys, no easy day here, and welcome to my Zulrah guide. Enjoy. Alright guys, so what I want to talk about first is the drops. The certain drops you can get. Um, you can get pretty much up to 300k without rare drops in a trip. That's probably the max. Least I've gotten is like 15k. It's awful. Um, but the drops to look out for are Uncut Onyx, Tanzanite Fang, Magic Fang. He drops a lot of Dragon Halberds, D-Meds, Serpentine Visage, Mutagens. Those are the things to look out for. Those are the most rare drops you can get. I think the most expensive drop is like 3 mil, and that's the Uncut Onyx. Other than that, that's pretty much as high as it goes. Alright, so now what I want to talk about is the different forms that Zulrah has. Zulrah has three forms. One is the Ranger that only uses range. Probably the easiest one to fight. Um, the Major, which is a hybrid, it actually attacks with Mage and range. That one's a little bit of a pain because you have to watch your health, make sure you eat. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Um, and then there is the Melee. The Melee is red. You're going to want to attack it with Mage. That's what it's weak to, is Mage. Um, so that one is just annoying because it uses a melee attack that stuns you and deals you like 20 to 30 damage, and it's just a pain. So with the range, you want to attack with magic. So when the ranger comes out, attack it with magic. When the mage comes out, attack it with range, with your range gear. And then when the melee comes out, switch back to magic and attack it with magic. And then you'll pretty much be good to go for that. All right, so the next thing we'll be talking about is the rotations. Zulrah has 4 different rotations. That's what makes this boss kind of difficult. However, once you learn what to do, it becomes super easy once you learn the rotations. I suggest learning all of the rotations right away, not, learning 1 or 2 rotations at a time. Uh, just because, all you have to do is have this picture right next to your screen, and you can basically see where to run. So on the rotations, as you can see, the purple dot represents you. Obviously the blue, green, and red dots represent Zulrah, what form he's going to be in, and where you should be standing. The more you get used to Zulrah, the better you'll be at switching, getting to the spot that you need to be, attacking while you're running to the spot that you need to be at, eating while you run to the spot you need to be at, or eating when it's necessary to. And then if you see on there, it does say Jad phase. The Jad phase is basically where the ranger comes out. You want to put your mage gear on for him, and you want to go in and attack with mage. However, he's going to attack with magic and range, depending on what side of the arena that you're on. If you look at it like a U shape, if you look at it just like a U, like the U's in front of you, if you're on the right side of the U, he's always going to attack with magic. So you'll want to put your magic prayer on. He's going to attack with magic. Then you'll switch to range, to magic, to range. Every time you see his attack come out, you'll switch to the opposite prayer, which I'll show you later on in the video. If you're on the left side of the U, he's going to attack with range every single time. So you're going to want to start off with praying range, switch to mage, back to range, mage, until he stops attacking you, obviously. Honestly, it's not as difficult as it sounds. The most difficult part is switching, eating if you have to, and then switching your prayers. That can be a little bit difficult, but in the video, I will show, the easiest way to combat that, basically to switch while eating and praying and stuff like that. So yeah, so that form's pretty easy. The rotations are pretty self-explanatory. If you finish a rotation, as you can see at the very end, there's the end of the rotation. It literally goes back to the beginning of one of the rotations. So the green one's going to come out, it's going to attack you, And then once it's done attacking you, it's going to be as if you just entered the arena and the whole thing started over again. And it's going to pick a random rotation. You're going to go back into a new rotation. So that's only if you don't end up, killing Zulrah before a new rotation starts. One thing that you do want to watch out for, if you take too long, like I did in the very beginning, I had I was in there for like 5 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that, and a phase comes out, where I don't know if anyone else has had to deal with this, but it attacks you with whatever you're not praying. So if you're praying magic, it'll attack you with range. If you pray with range, it'll attack you with magic. You're gonna get hit every single time. There is no way to combat that. At that point, you either have to tank it, kill it, or die. I died every single time. I never killed it just because I would run out of food. Um, but that like rarely ever happens, depending on how fast you kill Zulrah. But it can happen. So I just want to let you know about that. So don't get frustrated, if that comes out and it's attacking you with all these different, spells, and you're like, what the heck? So that can happen. So let's jump into the different rotations, and I will go and pause videos on certain points where I need to explain something. But before we do that, let's go ahead and check out the different gear that you're going to want to wear. So you're going to want to bring magic gear and range gear. This is the setup that I use. If you don't have the money, I'm going to show you, cheaper setup with Void. Void, it wrecks Zulrah. But what I wear is the Serpentine helm, just because it allows you to not get poisoned, basically, or venomed. And then I wear the Eternal Boots for the magic, Barrow's gloves. I have the Anguish, and that you can either use, Staff of the Dead with like Barrage or something like that, or I use the Toxic Staff of the Dead, or the Toxic Trident, sorry. All right, and for setup 2, this is just the Void setup. You want to bring in anti-venom +4 on this one. I don't know why I have an antidote in my inventory. Don't bring an antidote, bring an anti-venom +4. You can buy it in the Grand Exchange. But just kind of copy this setup. Obviously, you can use a Fury or Glory if you don't have the Anguish. And then this is kind of like the welfare setup. There's even more welfare, which I don't recommend using. I recommend at least using Void. But just kind of copy my setup, copy my inventory with, that kind of gear. You definitely want to range switch and then use diamond bolts. Okay. All right. And for the third setup, I honestly didn't feel like buying Mystic, but you can go ahead and wear Mystic, the hat, body, legs, gloves, unless you have Barrow's gloves, use those. And then snakeskin boots, the Toxic Trident as well. Any cape that you could find, if you have a fire cape, that'll work. And then obviously switch with your Ava's Accumulator to Rune Crossbow, and then Black D'hide. That is literally the most welfare you can get, and then just copy the inventory. Like I said, I have an antidote, don't know why. Use Venom +4, Anti-Venom +4. Alright, so starting off the rotation 1, go ahead and pot up, enter the boat, and what you're going to want to do is throw on your Mystic Might. Go ahead and run to this spot over here. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and just explain why. So what you're actually going to want to do is stand one spot down from where I am. You'll see me move there after this is done being paused. The reason being is because when the melee comes out, he will attack there. However, he can't hit you. So that's the reason you want to be in that spot. All right, so when you're in this spot attacking the ranger, you don't know what's going to come out next. So it could be the major, it could be the ranger. As you can see, I was getting hit by Venom. I ended up moving one spot down. If you stand in this spot, if the melee spawns, he won't be able to hit you on his first attack, just like that. And then you want to go ahead and run over to this spot so he can't hit you again. You basically just want to dodge him. What you're going to want to go ahead and do here is put on your range gear to attack the major. You're going to want to try to move over to this spot. Put on your mage gear, throw on your protect from range, just because that's when the ranger is going to pop up. in this one is pretty easy because all you have to do is turn off your range just because the snakelings are going to attack you. If you're standing in this spot that you're standing in right now, that's good because you're not going to get hit by venom. Also, the melee that's about to pop up, it can't hit you. So as you see, he popped up, he tried to hit, couldn't hit me. Still in that spot. Next that's going to come out is going to be the major, so just get ready to put on your mage prey. I ate. As you can see, that's one of the ways to eat is when you're about to do a switch. And then I went ahead and switched into my gear. As you can see, he just attacked me with range. So he attacks with mage and range. It's kind of annoying. Then you're going to want to go ahead and throw your range prey on. Run over here. So you can get away from the venom clouds. You actually don't have to throw on your range prayer. He's not going to hit you. He's just trying to send out venom clouds and snakelings. I'm actually doing pretty good time on this one. But then the mage is going to come out, obviously switch your gear. If you're using blowpipe, step up one spot like I just did. Just because, as you can see, he hit me with his range and got kind of screwed up there. And then make your way over to this spot just because he's going to spawn venom clouds. You don't want to get hit by him when you run over. But I ended up actually killing him. Jad phase would have been next. So that is the end of rotation 1. Obviously, if you need to take a look at the video longer, restart it, pause it, do whatever you need to do. I pick up the loot, tell you out to Clan Wars, and reset. Alright, so moving on to rotation 2, go ahead, pot up. Drop any vials if you have them. Go ahead, enter in and throw on your Mystic Might like usual. Run to the spot. Like I said, they're going to start off the exact same. Go ahead, you're going to be able to hit 5 times. So once you get your 5 hits in, just get ready to either pray, magic, or range, or attack the melee. In rotation 2, the melee comes out. So like I said, you're safe in this spot because he's going to attack once. He's not going to be able to hit you. You can hit him 3 times. When he attacks the second time, you need to be able to run over to that spot so he doesn't hit you. Like I said, you're dodging his attack. Rotation 1 and 2 start off exactly the same with the melee to the major into the ranger. However, in the second rotation, the ranger's gonna spawn on this side, and he's not gonna be able to attack you. Or he's not gonna attack you at all. So you don't have to turn on prayer. You can save a little bit of your prayer. He's just gonna spawn venom clouds and snakelings. Go ahead and switch your range gear because the mage is gonna come out. And go ahead and eat if you need to. Like you see here, I kept getting hit by the range attack. And then you're going to want to run to the middle here. Reason being is because he's going to spawn venom clouds around you. It gets really annoying. The next thing that's going to come out is actually going to be the melee. So you're going to want to run down to the end here to basically dodge him again. So see there, he hit me. I messed up. So you guys can see my screw ups. He hit me for a 26 and stunned me. So that's what happens when that happens. Range is going to pop up next. Throw on protect from range. Go ahead and mage it and get ready for the major to come out. Try to run to the side where the dot is, as you can see on the diagram above, and just go ahead and attack it. At this point, get ready to eat. If you're low health, just make sure you're hovering over your food. Now he's going to go ahead and spawn some snakelings, venom clouds. Now this is where the Jad phase is going to come out. So we'll go and pause it here. Alright, now for the Jad phase, like I said, if you're looking at the arena like it's a U, I'm on the left side of the U right now. So he's going to attack with a range. So what I went ahead and did, I threw my range prayer on, as well as Mystic Might because I'm going to be attacking with magic. And then you want to go ahead and just start off by like spam clicking him so that you attack right away. And then as you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and switch between the prayers after I'm done pausing this. It's fairly easy. You will screw up in the beginning if you're not, good at switching. But after that, it gets super simple. Alright, so jumping back in, as you can see, I went ahead and started attacking him. He's attacking me on and off with a range of magic. Just when you see the spell come out, see like the ranges came out, protect from magic, mages came out, protect from range, ranges came out, protect from magic. Once you see that spell come out, swap your prayer. That's the easiest way to do it. And now he's going to stop attacking me, so I can go ahead and pot up, eat if I have to. What I'm doing here now, why I'm not attacking it, is because I want to go ahead and show you what happens at the end of a rotation. So I'm going to go ahead and get it down a little bit lower health. And then, as you can see, that was the end of the rotation. Now the ranger is going to come out, and obviously he's attacking me, which he doesn't usually attack you in the very beginning. But because it's the start of a new rotation, the ranger always attacks you. And then, as you can see, this is the same thing. He's, spewing out the venom clouds. I don't need to be praying here. I don't know why I am. But now it's going to start a new rotation. So red came out, so it's going to be either rotation 1 or rotation 2 again. So you're going to want to dodge like you were before. The major is going to come out now, like in rotation 1 or 2. Like I said, you want to run around that corner, go ahead and attack, and then I believe I kill it here. If not, I'll tell you what rotation it is. Yeah, so this is rotation 2 again. So you want to go ahead and kill it off. So that's basically what's going to happen. Like I said, if you take way too long, then a phase is going to come out where it's going to hit you no matter what. No matter what you're praying, it's going to attack with the opposite. So that was rotation 2, and what happens at the end. All right, so on to rotation 3. Rotation 3 is definitely different from 1 and 2. Go ahead and start off by running to the same spot. Like I said, they all start off the same. Go and attack it. You'll be able to attack it 5 times. Now in rotation 3, the ranger is going to go ahead and come out. So obviously you're not going to know that it's going to come out because it's random. However, when you see it, go ahead and throw your protect from range on because it is going to attack you. And then you can go ahead and attack it a few times. You can go ahead and hang out here because the melee is next, and you're going to want to run to the other side of the map when the melee comes out. So once it stops attacking you, go ahead and run to the other side. You can turn your prayer off. I keep Mystic Might on just because I want to actually hit, because I never hit the melee. But go ahead and run to this spot on the very other side. Go ahead and attack him, and then you're going to want to get ready to dodge his attacks. So when he's about to attack, run to that spot. Now he's about to attack again, so I ran back, basically just dodging his attacks. Now the the mage is going to come out next. Go ahead, throw on your range gear, attack it. If you need to eat while you switch your gear, and then go ahead and try to run up to this spot here while you're attacking him, just so you're not wasting any hits. Because the ranger is going to come out and the ranger is going to attack you. You want to go ahead and run over to this spot over here. I know this is kind of fast paced because it is fast paced. You're going to want to follow the diagram, the picture exactly while you're doing it. So that's what I did. I didn't learn one phase at a time. It was pointless. So yeah, so as you can see, he's attacking me at the range and messing me up. At this point, you don't need to pray anything. You can go ahead and run back over to this spot. You're basically just running back and forth because the venom clouds are going to spawn. The magic is going to be next, so get your magic ready. Or actually, the range is going to be next. Sorry. This is the only spawn where the range spawns twice in a row. Go ahead and hit it as many times as you can. And then go ahead and throw on your protect from magic in order to run all the way back down to the side over here. As you're running down, make sure you're hitting it so you're not wasting any hits. Obviously with the blowpipe, since it hits so fast, you are going to waste hits. But go ahead and attack it. Now, as you can see, it's spawning snakelings. The Jad phase is going to come out. Now, we're on the right side of the U right now. So go ahead and throw on your magic because on the right side of the U, magic always comes out. And as you can see, I'm basically just, when the next attack comes out, I'm just switching prayers. Super easy. And he is dead. So you kind of have to make sure your HP is high, just because the snakelings are going to hit you. You're going to have to take them out. You're going to have to get hit by them until they die via your ring of dueling. So, or ring of recoil. So, yeah. All right, and for the final rotation, go ahead, pot up, enter the boat. It starts off exactly the same. Mystic Might, run over to the spot. You get to attack him 5 times. Now this is kind of like rotation 3, but instead of the ranger popping up to your left, it's going to be the major. All right, so 5 hits in, throw on your protect from magic, and go ahead and switch into your range gear. And horrible switches there. Um, I with the blowpipe, I always stay on a spec bar. So if I see a range attack coming at me, I just click on the spec bar, just in case the range attack hits me. I can heal up a little bit, and then once it's done, go ahead and start running over to this spot over here. I actually got hit by it. I didn't switch fast enough. But you're going to want to go ahead and attack it from this spot over here, just so you don't get hit by the venom clouds. Now the major is going to come out, so go ahead and switch to your range and range it a few times. I like to keep my prayer on at this point just because I don't want to have to worry about it, but he doesn't actually attack you at first. So you don't really have to, but the snakelings are going to attack you. They're annoying. And then the melee is going to come out, stand in this spot right here. He is not going to be able to hit you in that spot, so you don't really have to worry about it. You worry about dodging or anything like that. And then get ready to throw your range on, because the ranger is going to pop up, and go ahead and attack the ranger. Now, how I remember this part, because the ranger is going to pop up again, I remember this by standing in this spot right here when the melee comes out, and you're standing in that spot. See, I misclicked there. I'm terrible at this, but when the melee spawns and you have to stand in that spot, you always know that the ranger is going to be next after that first ranger, if that makes sense. So you're going to want to make your way over to this spot, attack it a few times. The major is going to come out, so throw on your protect from magic and start attacking it. This is one of the longer rotations, but he is dead here, so didn't even make it to the Jad phase. So as you can see, once you get used to it a little bit, the rotations become super easy and you kill him pretty quick. So that was 2 minutes and 12 seconds, which is not bad. Best is 140, which is not that good. People are getting below 50, or below 1 minute. So anyway, that's it. Alright, so that pretty much concludes the video. I'm going to go ahead and do a little trip right here. In this one, I actually run out of magic or runes, so I actually have to finish it out with mage. But, that's pretty much it for the Zulrah guide. It's super easy. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I can try to help you out. If you need to, watch in game, add me. I can try to screen share with you just so you can see what it looks like. But it's really easy. Like I said, just learn all the rotations the first time. Don't mix it up. And don't overcomplicate it, because it's not complicated at all. It just takes a little bit of time to get used to. But that pretty much concludes this video. Comment, like, subscribe. Add me in game if you want. I have my friends on private on friends sometimes, but other times you can talk to me, obviously, or join my clan chat, because I'm in my clan chat all the time, which is just no easy day. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you later.